Okay, so this is so much worse than we actually thought. Hi, so for context, if you somehow have been living under a rock for the past month or so, um, Quelver has been exposed for a bunch of stuff. I will be linking both documents in the description of this video. Please go read them. Please go form your own opinion. I'm gonna be trying my best not to paraphrase all of this because I am doing this unscripted. Because after seeing what happened today, I am very upset and I need to finally say something, even though I've made my opinion known through my post and even just on my streams. So, to give a little bit of a timeline of how all this just began, for those who don't know, it started when Rox made a post on Twitter, something about Qwel. I'm sure it's in one of the documents mentioned. Someone named Duck Adam made a video saying, yes, the creator of Dandy's World is lying to you. And both people, there was a lot of people who, obviously for obvious reasons, no one wanted to believe Rox because that's a bad actor. Duck Adam had some kind of grudge against Qwel I was not really aware of until all this was happening. And, it was almost brushed off for a bit. But then Joji, one of the, I believe they were the team manager for the Dandy's World Discord, made a, I believe, 15-page Google Doc on stuff that had happened, their experience and whatnot, other things people have said. Again, it's linked in the description. It's the first one. Go take a look at it, pretty please. And then sometime after, another document was made with testimonies from multiple people, including Joji themselves, some game testers, I think some other mods. Again, I don't have this scripted. I just want to get this out there just to make people aware. And, there's some things that have happened, such as Qwel deliberately saying that if something like this happens, we are going to ignore it, we move on, we continue. And she definitely has no intention of answering, and that's not okay. It's horrible. You can't just not acknowledge this. Or even a fake apology would be better than just ignoring it at this point. Let's be real. But what has pushed me to make this video is Joji on Twitter earlier today at 11:57 a.m. EST, so my time, posted, "Today, July 10th, 2026, I received a cease and desist before I got an apology. I also want to reveal that on June 16th, I received a notice of breach and request for compliance with NDA, and when I specifically asked for exact breaches of such, they have not responded to me since June 18th while I awaited for proof of such breaches." Apologies if I'm chopping my words here. I am reading these screenshots off. "Since they never gave me proof on the 18th of June of my alleged breach of NDA, I felt it was simply a tactic to scare me. I feel this is a natural progression to attempt to scare me. I also do not feel like what is being claimed against me is true and/or substantial for court. Everything I have said or claimed I believe to the fullest of extent, and I stand by what I said. If she takes accountability and apologizes, I am willing to settle this privately. I do not want money. I do not want attention. I want closure. The other victims want that too." And a bit of a correction, but anyways. Qwel sent a cease and desist to... I don't think you guys... Actually, I would hope you guys understand how infuriating this is to read. What do you mean a cease and desist was sent before any kind of apology for all of this happening? This is horrible. And just on top of that, I would just like to say my general thoughts on the situation. And forgive me if my words are a little harsh here. And again, this is personal thoughts and opinions here. Nothing that can be done would ever make me forgive Qwel at this point. The longer she has waited to respond, if she ever responds, has fully erased any chance I could have of forgiving her. And the fact that she has sent this rather than an apology when it is very much the right thing to do is just unacceptable. I can't stand for this. Anyone who is playing the game is supporting her. And obviously, I have not played the game since all this has come out. And, it's been, I think, it's very much deserved watching the number of active players slowly dwindle down. But What upsets me further with this situation is the fact that people are almost being parasocial in defending her. I've seen people write an apology as if it was from her and post the screenshot. Like, why are you writing an apology for this person that's a grown woman? In fact, she's like a couple months older than me, I believe. I found this out through Joji's doc, because there was the whole thing of like, oh, she was a child when this happened. Nuh-uh, she was like 19 to 20. I don't know her exact age. I don't need to know. I just know she's a couple months older than me. I am 21 for reference, turning 22 this year. If that matters, I'm not sure. I just need to rant this out of my mind. And furthermore, just to kind of continue how disappointed I am in the community, people defending the fact that they're still playing the game by saying, oh, well, we need to support the innocent developers. It's like, I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're probably already being paid a set amount, and I don't think boycotting the game is going to affect that unless the game fully crashes and burns, which even then, we shouldn't be using that as an excuse. We should not be supporting this game because it supports Qwel entirely, and no, it's not good. I'm just tired of drama. I just want to play the game. This isn't a matter of drama. People were hurt. People were potentially traumatized, if not were for a fact traumatized. Either way, people were hurt. No amount of excuses is going to justify playing this game, showing support for the game, when all of this has transpired. Now, again, please go read the documents yourself. Go to a better, I don't know, there's probably some better videos to summarize the situation. I just want to say that I'm never supporting the game again, unless Qwel is kicked off the team, which is probably not going to happen. Well, some people have said that, Qwel is not the owner of Dandy's World. I still believe it's correct to call her the owner, because there is someone who is the president of Blush Crunch Studios, whose name is Joe. I'm scared of mispronouncing that last name. I'm not going to go with that. But from what I understand, he handles business-related stuff. Qwel is still the creative director. I don't think Qwel is ever going to be kicked off the team, because, again, she handles all the creative stuff, to my knowledge. She owns all the characters and is writing most of the stuff, unless they have separate writers and character creators that I don't know of. I don't know then. I mean, go ahead and correct me on that. Either way, I don't think I'm ever going to return to this game. I will say the one thing I will not fault people for doing, as I am probably going to do it myself, is still enjoying the characters outside of the game. Drawing the characters, enjoying fan content, animations, those fan games, which are at this point much more ethical to play than actually supporting Dandy's World itself. There is nothing wrong with still enjoying the characters, enjoying the story, especially if you've like made your own stuff with it. It's fine. I don't see any problem with it, because quite honestly, I've grown very attached to a couple of these characters. I mean, most of you know the whole thing, how I'm obsessed with Dial Sylvester, how I was, I guess, and Gordy, but obviously I just cannot do that in the game anymore. No. So, my whole take on this, Qwel bad. I'm going to enjoy the characters. I'm never playing the game again. I might draw my spins on them. I'm not quite sure. Either way, this video is just kind of here for me to rant, to spread some minimal extra awareness. It's definitely not professional. I probably should have taken the time to write a script, but honestly, I probably would have ended up in task paralysis if I had done that, so this is the best I got. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a much better day than I am. Drink some water, please go eat some food, take your meds if you haven't already. Have a great day, night, or time zone. Bye-bye.